this very moment, collective. You are right on time. Whenever you're watching this reading is timeless. So we'll be tapping into our spirit guides, our angels, the universe, and we'll see what spirit has for us in this very moment. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And let's get into our message today. So right away, I'm picking up on someone who, the way that spirit was showing me is like this person is crying out. Like I'm tapping into someone who is crying out into the ethers, really crying for your love, your affection. This person, it's really feeling like is having a whole come to realization moment, and they're looking at things as they are versus as they wanted it to be. We have, I regret lying to you, and I'm starting to understand our connection. This person is just now coming to the realization that this is a significant connection, even if they're not spiritual and they wouldn't label it like, oh, I know you're my twin flame, or, oh, I know you're my soulmate. This person can very much so still feel that there is a significant connection here, and you are someone who is important to them, someone that they want to have in their life. The problem is this person didn't come to that realization until they had already done something to offend you, or until they already lied to you, or treated you in a certain kind of way. And now they're being tasked with working through the things on their end that they desperately need to work through, not just to be with you, but really to be with anyone or to have success in life. If you're someone who lies, you're going to be that same person who has that compromised value, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's with your friends, your family, romantic partners. So spirit's like, we got to cut this out. It's not even just about romance at this point. It's also like anyone who's connected to you is going to be negatively affected by this trait of lying or whatever it is for them specifically. So this person has a lot to do now at this time. They're realizing in retrograde, in retrospect, that you were actually someone who could have really supported them through this journey. Maybe not super emotionally, but you could have at least supported them through sharing your past experience with them to help them work through what they're going through. You've had to go through your own level ups, transformations, etc. So there's things that you could say and do to help this person along, but it feels like they've lost that access, or they've lost that version of yourself. This person could be saying certain things that kind of go along the lines of, you know, why do you seem so upset? Or why do you seem so nonchalant? Or why are you so unbothered? Like they may be saying certain things like that because they're not getting the same version of you that you were when you first met or in the beginning of the connection. And they're like, hold on, I'm just now coming to the realization of what this connection is. And I'm feeling like I have lost access to even like the nice version of you. I feel like I'm getting iced out. So this person is realizing in retrospect that they effed up. They effed around and now they're finding out. We have I miss you, the long road, and tea time. Not gonna lie, I feel like this person is going to start to, yeah, the way I'm feeling it feels like karma. But I feel like this is karma that they're getting from other things, other friendships, other connections, depending on the dynamic. Definitely is giving a love vibe, but you know, for you personally, this could be someone who's been a friend to you, someone you've been a friend to that you've always supported up until this point. And now you're shifting your energy to people who are, you know, that way towards you, who are feeding, you know, you with that energy, that support, and putting less into them because it's not reciprocal. Like you're not getting filled up when you need it. It's just like vampiric at this point because you're just giving, giving, giving. So now that they don't have access to you, they are really feeling that sting. And I see this person trying to run to you and come to you for shelter and come to you for support. And you're like, listen, I got some other stuff going on, or I can't be that for you anymore because it's not reciprocal. It never gets filled back up. I feel so drained. And you're seeing things hit the fan. We do have tea time. It says gossiping, spreading rumors, and drama. This energy felt to me like you are having tea time with other people because this person is finally going through some karma. And it's not even karma in the sense that, oh, they did one big thing that was really wrong, so they're getting karma. It's karma it's like long form, long-term karma where the era of their life that they've been in, they're receiving the consequences for that. So one of those consequences is losing access to beneficial people. Another one of those consequences is losing a job that they got hired in, because here's the thing, I always look to character, because your character is with you in every situation. If you will cheat on your girl, you will cheat on a business deal, you will cheat in a church setting, you will cheat on, your parents out of this and that, because that's your character. You feel like a righteous in, going about things in a way that disbenefits other people. So you're going to be that way at all times. So this could be like a romantic relationship for you and they've kind of screwed you over, but they've also lied to the last job that hired them. So now that background check is coming back and they're like, well, hold on, rescind that offer because they lied. They didn't even work at that place, or they didn't have that managerial position they tried to lie about. And they're getting karma for it. So I'm feeling like a long form karma where it's like not one big blow. It's more like their life is getting worse. Slowly but surely it's declining. And it's because of the things that they've done. This person is missing you. I miss you, it says, yearning, missing someone and reminiscing. So I will say they are realizing and also admitting what they had access to and also what they did. So they are likely going to be communicating that to you as well. At this point, they're kind of trying to get saved from, we got judgment here, judgment day that's coming towards them. So they'll kind of do anything, even beg if they have to, just so they can avoid that hammer coming down on them. We got the long road. It says delays, trials, tribulations, taking the long way. This is where they're at right now. We got the Page of Swords, Judgment, and the King of Swords. Spirit is saying you are to progress. You have to progress by Page of Swords, taking responsibility for the things that are being handed to you at this time, the things that are against you, working through these challenges. And we're going from boy to man or girl to woman. It's kind of like those coming of age ceremonies that they used to do in the tribal days where they would put you out in the middle of the wilderness, and the only way that you could become a tribe elder is if you basically make it through. If you make it through the week, make it through the night. Or they'll have you walk on some hot coals and you got to keep a straight face. These people are crazy. I'm like, this is torture. Really, honestly, all this like old spiritual woo-woo tests and trials, I'm like, nah, y'all know y'all, that was just for y'all entertainment. I am not walking on no hot coals for y'all. These people are crazy. But it's giving me that kind of vibe where it's like this person, I just saw 808, exactly. They're going to have to show up, rise to the occasion, and they're coming to you, looking for solace and comfort. And it looks like you done pulled off on them. We have the Chariot card. Chariot is about moving forward in balance. This person is going to have to move forward as a better version of themselves, but I also see you moving forward collective as a better version of yourself. So, you may have your hands tied. You may not even be able to give them, as much time and energy if you wanted to. Spirit, show us more. What's going on here? We have the Exploration card. For some of you, that could be the thing that has gotten this person tied up in a loop. This person may be someone who isn't super connected to reality. We got the Make-A-Believe card here as well. This could be someone who is kind of like a prisoner to their own desires. Exploration, it says physical openness, looking to explore fantasies. The Make-Believe card also says fantasy, feeding into illusions and disappointment. They have left a trail of broken hearts, a trail of disappointed lovers through them getting really excited about people, probably giving a bit of love bombing energy. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with you. So it's like when you're the object of affection, you get it all. You get the time, the energy, the resources, the love, the affection, all of that. But as soon as they kind of get used to it, it's like, well, I want to try this now. And then they date someone like completely different. It's like they don't have a type at all, or like a standard, really. It's just like they just want to explore. This is the kind of person who will also be attracted to taboos, differences, anything that looks like a taboo. Spirit is showing me like dating from other cultures and religions. So this person, I really do feel they would go so far as to temporarily convert just to have someone so that they can explore, ooh, what's this one like over here? And Spirit is like, that is absolutely delusional make-believe. That is a fantasy that you have been fulfilling. And through you fulfilling your personal fantasy, you have negatively affected and taken something from all the people who dealt with you at the time, who you were telling that you were going to do this and that, or you were going to be this and that. And you didn't turn out to be nothing for them. You ghosted, you walked away, whatever. So you're going to have this coming of age ceremony. You're going to have this spiritual test, this spiritual challenge. And they're trying to run to you for what? I don't know. Sympathy, affection, love, rekindling. Let's get a little bit more of their thoughts. Spirit, where is their head at? What are they even really trying to do? Okay, they're taking accountability. We have, I know I messed up everything. For whatever reason, that just rubs me a little bit the wrong way because it's giving me martyr energy. But that may be me personally projecting because I don't like insincere apologies. I like people to tell me in detail why they're feeling like they need to apologize. So I messed up everything doesn't really work for me. It's too general. And I also don't like when people get into their woe is me bag and they're just like, I messed up everything. You know, it's kind of like you start crying and then all of a sudden you start crying harder and you really can't control it to a degree. But this gives me that. But I'm gonna go easy, but I don't love that. And then we have, you are the best thing in my life. So what I can say, this person has come to the realization of how much you have impacted them. And this person is realizing they messed up a whole lot. It takes two to tango, you know, so it's like, I don't feel like anyone's ever completely at fault, but maybe this is one of those rare situations where it's like, no, I've been showing up for this person and they fumbled. So you may know, like, no, they really did mess up everything. They actually did. This person saying, you were the best thing in my life. So, you know, I feel like what they want from this is to rekindle. They're regretting lying to you. They're regretting not taking advantage of the opportunity they have with you. You showing up and them saying, you were the best thing in my life. I feel like there's a lot of benefits that they can get from you. And they're realizing that they're losing access to all that. Oh, I'm also hearing stability and routine, actually. So you may have provided routine to them, whereas they didn't have that before. This could be someone who went to sleep whatever time and then woke up exhausted AF. You got them on a routine. And also I'm seeing like meal prep. Yeah, meal prep Sundays, Spirit is showing me. So you may have likely been much more organized. And if you have your own routine where it's like, I go to the gym at this time and then I do this and then I do that. This person, I do feel, was very inspired by that. And that was enough to make them feel like you were someone who could be really safe for them and really beneficial in their life, because it's like you already are doing all that. You already have the day of the week scheduled for the meal prep. You already have the daily schedule that you follow yourself. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think you can save this person. We got the Strength card reversed. So Spirit is saying, yes, to be fair, they are going through it. However, with that Judgment card, this is a result of all of their previous action. You didn't do this to them. So it's not your responsibility to, you know, clean it up. Yeah, Sun card reversed with the 9 of Coins. The thing is, they're trying to attach themselves to you because they feel like some way, somehow they can escape the karma that's coming to them through being connected to you. It's like, Spirit, look, I got this Earth Angel over here. You don't want to hurt the Earth Angel, right? So don't snatch my wig. You know, don't bring to me that karma. So you don't want to negatively affect the Earth Angel. You know, this person is definitely staying close to you to to avoid the karmic, justice that's coming. Sun card reverse, strength reverse. That's yikes. I'm like, the only thing that can make it worse is like what, the Tower. Judgment card in itself is already pretty harsh. Oh my God, I just picked up the deck. I'm like, I wonder if the Tower's at the bottom of the deck. We did not get the Tower, but we got exactly what we were talking about this whole reading. This is divine justice. This is the result of their own actions, which is almost a bit spookier because it's like, at least with the Tower, it usually crash and burn so bad where it's like, dang, universe, you didn't have to go that hard though. Like you kind of feel like a victim. But with the Justice card, it's like, dang. So this is all me right here. I did this. Am I the problem? You are. Spirit is like, you are. You are. And are. What else can you say to collective today, Spirit? Anything they're supposed to be doing. Well, you are at a crossroads, I will say. We have movement, choices, and decisions, and discontent and boredom. Spirit is saying, hang on to that feeling, acknowledge that feeling of discontent and boredom, and follow the direction that makes you feel the opposite. Move in the direction of whatever hobby or new interest or new romantic love or, whatever thing is kind of making you feel excited. You're at a crossroads right now where your movement, your choice, your decisions will kind of impact this person to a degree. They could lose on you altogether. You could end up a lifelong lesson for them, or they can use you as, we know they already do it with the make-believe card. They can, kind of have you in their head as something worth fighting for, and the person that they're doing all this hard work for, you could become an inspiration for them to do more, to do better, to be better. And I feel like that would be closer to better case scenario. So I would say at a minimum, don't save them. I really wouldn't, but it's up to you. You have to let me know how you feel, what the situation is for me to really say. Because sometimes it's like, you can give people grace. And I do believe in second chances, to be honest. We got memories of love. I see this person reflecting and almost being haunted. We got the shadow card at the bottom of the deck. Haunted by the memories of love with you, the good times with you, and how willing and ready you were, how available you were to them in the past. And they're seeing that that is not the case now, and this person is gutted about that. They are feeling like regret for sure. So I can at least say that they do seem to have, kind of come to and realized what they're actually missing. We got peaks reached. It says, celebrate your achievements and savor the triumph of your ascent. You've climbed high and you've earned your view. So for you, I see some blessings coming in. We did get the 9 of Pentacles. This person was associating you with. And then we also had the Chariot card. So these are pretty good placements. That's like more stability financially coming in for you, more security. And also Chariot card, moving forward on your goals that you've had or things that you've wanted to manifest. So that's really good. This could be saying that the peak has reached, like the worst has passed. Now you have to allow them to transform, and then perhaps later they can, show up better. But also Spirit is saying you passed the test, collective, because this was a test for you as well. You shifting your energy away from this person, not only has it kind of forced them to realize and be honest about it's inhabitable in their energy. The life that they create is inhabitable. There's no one of value who could live there. So not only have they realized that they don't create a safe, warm, welcoming space that people want to go to, but they've also realized that they are the root of a lot of their problems, and they got some work to do, and that's through you standing on business. So definitely continue to stand on business. It's really working for you. And with this person, not gonna lie, collective, I do feel like they will likely keep coming back to you. So you may have to do something more forward with this one. You may have to block them, okay? Let's hope they don't end up doing any, too much, showing up at your work, showing up at your house, like really doing the most. But just as a warning, this is giving right on the edge of a crash out type of energy. So expect things like that with this person. You know, you could see them crashing out. You could see them acting out. You could even see them being dramatic around you or trying to make it seem like they're unbothered. So they're always showing up with new clothes, new this, new that, getting a new car, literally just to make you look in their direction. Oh my goodness. You know, I can't lie. My Cancer heart is like, ugh, I feel for you. I know you hurt. I know you are, but you got to work through that. Sometimes you have to be hurt because, you know, pain is an indicator. It is information being delivered to you from your nervous system that there is some place that is uncomfortable. And if they're feeling that pain in their heart, then that is their nervous system communicating to them that there is something that needs to be fixed. So it's a good thing, even though it hurts. That's what I got for you, Collective. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, custom spell work, manifestation candles, all that is over there. And that's what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon.